And here we go. Oh, that's nice. Okay, here we go. You know, it's one of those days. The game controller just went away.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I'm pressing buttons. Nothing's happening. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Here's Gina. Hello, Gina.
Are we live or are we not?
We're live. For some odd reason, the game controller's gone, which is our video switcher. You gotta love it.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Okay.
So this is a show all about technology and everything that can go wrong, and we're here to show you.
You know, for the most part, it goes well, but every so often, it just doesn't cooperate.
Exactly. Well,
So,
in honor of the Oscars this past week, what was it, last night before? I do have my 2 Oscar awards, Best Achievement in Sound Advice, and my favorite, because of all the carpool driving I do, which is coming to an end, Best Direction in a Moving Vehicle. And these are the 2 awards that I walked away with. And so, the Oscar buzz. And the reason I even thought about we need to tie in the whole Oscar thing is, Rick, I know you don't do this because you're like my husband. Why would you be social while you're watching TV? But, more and more people are being social while they're watching live events such as the Academy Awards. And they're, on Twitter with hashtags Oscars, or it ended up being pretty funny if you were following along on Twitter during the Oscars. You kind of tweet about things that are going on and then you tag them Oscars. But then Angelina Jolie came out and did this stance with her leg out and this pose that got a lot of, all of a sudden the Twitter stream went crazy and it was Angelina's leg. And you had to say something and then Angelina's leg. So it was really funny because I kept saying I wanted to get up and make her a cheeseburger because she just looked so thin. But Angelina's leg became the talk of the town. So it's interesting because you can be on Twitter and be involved in the conversation during a live event. Or you can also be on a couple different apps. And one that I like whenever I'm watching a show like that, and usually if I'm just thinking about it, if I'm working on something on my laptop or my iPad and a show is on, I might go to Get Glue. And I think we talked about this a while back. I don't know. There's an app, and it's on any device. It's also a website called Get Glue. I still don't understand the link between glue and social sharing on television or events, but it's kind of a cool thing because on Get Glue you check in to a show or movie that you're watching. And when you check in, other people are in the same area who are chatting, and you can share what you're writing on your Facebook or Twitter account, or you can just stay on Get Glue and you can have these conversations with other people. So
was that like a Foursquare? Is that like a Foursquare for TV?
It's kind of like Foursquare because you check in and you write comments, but it's just for, I say just for, but really it's for events, it's for television shows. I think now you can even check in at a band, a concert you go to. And so it's a place for people to, again, connect socially through things they're watching or doing, through those activities. So it's a really interesting thing, just some of the conversations that you end up striking up with people, and then you end up connecting with them either on Twitter or other sites. So it's kind of a fun, again, you're meeting people who have a common interest. Last night, I was watching The Voice, and I love
The Voice.
Do you watch that?
I love it.
Okay, I love that too. I don't know what makes it different than others, but I really like the format of that show.
They're not mean. They're decent. They're upbeat.
They're funny.
It's a good show.
But I think my favorite part is when they show CeeLo Green with his big white cat, and the cat's face, the expressions. I'm not a cat person, but that cat is hilarious because he just sits there petting the cat while he talks and does these dialogues. So last night on Get Glue, we were tweeting or chatting about CeeLo's cat. What was the cat thinking? And what do you think the cat is saying about each of, so it was a funny conversation. But, during the Oscars, when I got my award, you would have seen the Twitter. It was a trending topic.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. So get social while you're watching TV. I think that's kind of, Jeff, there you go. One more thing to dive into. Jeff's going, oh my gosh, I can't take another one. Yeah, see, Larry loves the voice. See, this is what Get Glue is. During the thing, you start seeing, oh, I love this show as well, and you're chatting, well, who's your favorite judge? Or I love when Adam lays his head down on the table to listen, and then he pushes the button and spin. I don't know why. We always laugh about that. So kind of fun.
And Video Controller is back.
Oh, you have control.
While you were talking, I was tinkering.
You were working.
I was tinkering.
Yeah, so, well, here's some interesting news. Now it's a couple weeks old, but I still haven't seen it roll out yet. But, on Facebook, you could not create a Facebook account and use a fake, I say a fake name, but I couldn't use a name like Getting Geeky as my personal profile. That can be a business page, but it could not be a personal profile.
But, I think that's a good thing. I can't stand the anonymous stuff because people do all sorts of stupid things when they're anonymous.
Well, and here's the dilemma. Now, Google Plus, when they rolled out Google Plus, you had to use a real name. You could not use a pseudonym. Well, they're both kind of considering this because there are people who might have I call them stage names, but a name that they use, a pen name, they might be known by something other than their real name, and they may have their whole business reputation built around this other name. Or it could even be a name like Madonna. It could be a one-word name. Facebook and Google Plus wouldn't allow an account to be set up with just a first name. You have to put a last name in there. Well, now they're saying they're actually reaching out. Facebook is actually reaching out to people. You can't submit a request yet, but they are finding kind of the famous people out there to verify that it is the real person, and then they can use this their pseudonym. So it's kind of interesting because you wonder that going, well, people take advantage. On Twitter, you see that a lot. Fake names. But Rick, if you had a pseudonym, what would it be?
Probably Rick.
It would be Rick. Man, that is creative.
I just don't go for the pseudonames. It's irritating.
Mr. Social Pants.
I tell you.
I'm creating a page for you.
You can call me Sponge Rick. How's that?
Yeah, it is interesting because I think I don't have one that I would, although for a while I used to always, when people would ask my name, I would just say Gina.
All I know is I've deleted over 50 followers in the last week that were all porn.
Real.
No, they were all porn.
Oh.
I go, my God, what's going on Twitter?
That's interesting.
Looking for hot sex. Thank you. Okay. Delete.
Yeah.
And it's been about 50 of them. It's like.
And those.
Do I look that needy? I don't know. Maybe I look that needy. I don't know.
They actually have. They use real names, don't? Well, this is Twitter,
yeah, they do. They do, but they're real fake names.
Right. But Facebook, you've always had to use another name, but you had to use your real name. So that's kind of an interesting controversy right now, especially with Google, where they took that really strong stance that you had to use your real name, and now they're kind of saying, well, there are some people whose real persona is their pseudonym. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Is it the Rickster, Rickarino?
Look, I was Ricky Ricardo growing up, so that was about it.
Ricky Ricardo, that's true. Rick Bobic, Banana Fofic.
Oh, no.
I'm always afraid to keep going. What does that rhyme with?
Don't go there.
Don't go there. But I think that's kind of an interesting thing.
So what's your big announcement?
It was Jeff's birthday.
Oh, that was the announcement.
That was it.
You just kind of snuck that in there.
Well, that's why I wasn't sure when I said that. Then I looked in the chat room. Everybody was already saying happy birthday to him. So I was like, okay, we better just hurry up and sing our birthday song. Um, yeah, that's a big announcement, Jeff. Okay, but Jeff did clarify for us. His birthday was on the 28th. So for us, it is today. So we can continue celebrating Jeff. But for Jeff, it's really technically his birthday is over. So he's already got the birthday hangover, and we're still partying. We just started. I know you're stunned by that. So any big news on your front, Rick? Any tech news that you heard of, or?
Not too much. I did get that Clear app for iPhone and iPad. Well, I did get a new iPhone.
You did get
Yep,
it.
I got rid of my Bionic last week. I hated that phone.
I'll tell you what I'm hating is this Nexus Galaxy, the Galaxy Nexus.
Oh, you
Hate,
are? You are?
hate.
Well, that's
Still
how I
hate.
felt with the Bionic. And what I did was I went to Verizon not to look for another phone. Leslie wanted to look at that new Note, the Samsung Note, which is a beautiful 5.5-inch screen. It's really quite pretty. Kind of big for a phone, but it was fine.
This
And
is big.
and that is big too. But the Note is an inch bigger than that.
Then the wow, I didn't think there was a bigger phone.
Yeah,
Like this.
that the Samsung Note is now the biggest at five and
Wow.
a half, and it's a really beautiful phone, and it's an AMOLED screen, so it's really pretty.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, isn't the Nexus the Samsung also AMOLED?
I think so.
What don't you like about it?
I really have been wanting this phone, and it was only available on Verizon, so we had to actually get out of a very expensive contract.
Oh,
Four
you're
of
as
us.
bad as we are. Okay.
We left T-Mobile, which is I'm still every time I see a T-Mobile commercial, it makes me want to kind of cry because I've always loved their service. But they really have the worst phones. They get like the phones a year after they come out, and so we finally made the big jump and paid all this money to get out of. And I got Kirk and I both. We got the same phone. I always mix them up whether it's Galaxy Nexus or Nexus Galaxy. I think it's
I think
Galaxy
it's
Nexus.
Galaxy Nexus. Yeah.
So we both got these, and then we've got the girls the iPhone 4S with the Siri.
Yep.
Kirk already traded his in for an iPhone.
Are you kidding?
He couldn't take it. There's something wrong.
Which
they
means
say,
you
with
had to
the
get a new
operating
line,
system.
right? You had to get a new line just to do that.
No, I
That's-
don't know
We
what
had
it
to get a
is.
new
It's-
line.
There's something with the ice cream sandwich operating system that is not working well with this Samsung phone. And in the middle of talking, it'll make this loud screeching alien sound, and it'll drop the call, and then the data won't connect. I mean, it's just all kinds of problems. And
You
this
know,
is
we
my
had the same
second.
problem with the Bionic. The Bionic looked like a good phone, but it had a million problems. For example, it would vibrate incessantly. I mean, literally, you had to open it up, take the battery out to stop the vibration.
Wow.
And I think the problem is Verizon's putting out a lot of crappy phones. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
it is, and maybe that's it. They're coming out with so many new phones so fast.
Yeah, my wife wants to go back to AT&T. That's how unhappy she is. So,
Wow.
and we never had a problem with AT&T. They were good.
Yeah.
But I had to go back, and I said I can't take this phone anymore. So I got the iPhone 4S. So it's my fourth iPhone right now. And what they did is they let me trade in the Bionic. They gave me like $120 for it. That's how worthless it was. And I've had it for 6 months. That's how worthless it was. 5 months. So it wasn't a very. I mean, it really depreciated, and they made us get a new line because otherwise we would have had to pay a $600 penalty. I go, geez, and it cost us $400 to get
so
out of
it's
AT&T.
cheaper just to do a new line instead
Yeah,
of
because that's
canceling
$10 a month versus having to pay $600. So we
No,
did
we
a new
didn't do
line.
that. We didn't do that, but I did get a new phone. They traded it in 2 days later, thinking it was the phone. Same problem we're both experiencing. So Kirk went and traded his in for the iPhone. They tried to convince me just to trade it in for the iPhone, but there's something about I feel the need to have an Android device because I feel like
Yeah,
otherwise you lose touch of what's
I have
going
no
on with
need to
Android.
be in touch with Android. None.
I feel
Zero.
the need to be in touch
I
with
thought I
Android.
did. I thought I did, but after I had Android, you can keep it.
This may be the death of my Android love.
You know,
if it doesn't
I've
get
never had a
fixed.
problem with an iPhone. They all work. They work nicely. The OS is clean. Android looks like a mishmash that a bunch of system engineers put together. It really lacks that.
No.
Now, I haven't seen Ice Cream Sandwich. They said it's better.
It's
But-
interesting because it's so different. When your system, now my old Nexus S upgraded to Ice Cream Sandwich, and it changes the entire phone.
Okay.
And this one has the Ice Cream Sandwich. I don't know I don't know that it's any better. I don't notice anything better on it. So we'll see if I can endure. They're sending me a third one in the
Wow.
mail. It's supposed to come today. We'll see if that fixes the problem. If not, I may be having to convert, which is so frustrating.
Gina,
But
Gina, I sense an iPhone in your future.
I know. I'm hoping not. Um, but of course, my daughters have been teasing me with the Siri and how cool it
It
is,
is
and
pretty
oh, look at
cool.
this.
It is.
Yeah.
It is actually pretty neat. I'm doing all of my appointments right now with Siri. I'll just say, schedule an appointment for 10 a.m. tomorrow with so and so, subject this, and it does. It puts it right into my Outlook. Life is good. Less
I don't want to hear
typing. Don't
about
have
it.
to go into Outlook.
I don't
Yep.
want to hear about it.
Well, Leslie kept her Bionic. She's like you. She kept it. She didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
See, Eric and I were smart.
I know.
Kirk and I,
We'll
sorry.
see. And Larry's saying he still uses his iPhone 3GS,
Yeah.
and he's happy as a clam.
Yeah,
So
yeah, the iPhone's pretty good. But
yeah,
I'll tell you, Larry, you got to go to the new one. It's fun. Siri is fun.
that's interesting. On Android, there's Iris, and we've played with
Yeah, but
Iris.
Iris is sort of a joke.
It
It's
was initially, but now you can actually say, "Look up this,"
I know, but it's still a
or
joke. It doesn't do as
there.
much.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't do what Siri can do. But the Android market, it is a free app, and you can, um, you know, do at least some of the features on it, and they keep making improvements on that. So that's pretty funny. On the iPad, I started playing with Storify. Have you played with Storify, or any of you
No, I haven't
out
yet.
there?
I haven't. I heard about it. Is it good?
It's really, first I thought, okay, what would you use this for? Because it looks like it's just a news aggregator, kind of like, when people put out those newspapers, paper LI.
Wasn't it sort of
Um,
like Zeit?
well, kind of, except that you are putting together a newspaper and you choose what to put in it. So it's almost like you're creating a newsletter.
Hmm.
But what's cool, and it's great for live events. So I thought this is a really great one for conferences and events. And you could, you can actually take and say, I want to pull in pictures from Instagram. I want to pull in this story from Twitter. This hashtag perhaps. I want to go out and I want to pull this blog, and you can actually set up the settings so it pulls this content in. So during a conference, for example, is what I kept coming back to, going, gosh, this would be a really cool conference newspaper at the end of each day, because you can, the only thing you can pull from Facebook is the pictures you're loading. So you might have a Facebook page for your business, and you're pulling in photos that get loaded on that business page. And then you're pulling in Twitter, but you can actually go on the website, Storify, storify.com, and then you can use the app on your iPad. On the app, you cannot do anything. You're just viewing it there. So you're just looking at the newspaper that you're creating. But on your computer, you can actually create it. And I thought it's definitely worth checking out as a really great conference or event tool for folks in the learning environment. I think this would be a really interesting way to pull content, to recap, to share, and worth checking out. So I was looking at that this week, and I was really impressed.
And Storify then is a PC or Mac app or application, and then
Right.
you go on your device just to see it.
To see it.
Okay.
Right.
Is that like now? I've been playing with Scoop It.
Oh, I don't know about Scoop It. What is that?
Scoop It's kind of the same thing. You create your stories from either you can create your own things or go out to a pool of suggested stories based on your hashtags. It's okay. It's a little irritating because they make you hit a lot of keys to get to things, or you have to close things out. So I don't know. I'm probably going to look at Storify then. Because can you tweet your Storify newsletters?
Yes.
You can.
So,
Okay.
and that was, somebody was saying, this week, a lot of it, people have been, I swore I wasn't going to even use the word Pinterest, but now I've used it twice in this. It seems like every week we're talking about Pinterest. But that's been the big story this week about Pinterest, is the copyright issues, and there's all kinds of things going on with that. And Storify, people were saying, aren't you also violating copyright? You're pulling in pictures from Instagram or Flickr. You're pulling in stories from Twitter and other blogs. But the good thing, the thing about Storify is it's always attributing where you got it. So it's stuff that's out there on these social sites anyway. So like Zeit and any other, you're just pulling it in.
And technically, you're being a reporter, so you're not really violating anything.
Exactly. You know what? That is exactly. I thought this is a great live blogging tool for events.
I don't know if
And
the
I think it's
courts
a
are,
good way because it
the
makes them
problem is all
interested.
of these things sound great. Like you could say I'm a reporter, whatever, but you don't necessarily have a court system that may agree with you.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it's interesting. I think we're going to start seeing some of these cases come forward
yeah,
because there's a lot going on with that right now. And how do you, how do you attribute something that you pulled off of a social site
right.
that you don't know where it came from, or there's no, attribution given. So
Well,
it's it
that's why
is
you
a
become anonymous. Then you can do whatever you want. Nobody knows who you are.
that's true. I'm going to be Cher or
Share.
Lola. Lola. That'll be my stage name. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Well, here's the I don't know if you had something else, but I want to talk about Fiverr. Um, okay, so is anybody familiar with Fiverr? Raise your
And
hand.
it's not fiber like the type you take once a day to feel good. This is Fiver. V as in Victor.
What's the other one? What do you mean that you take once a day?
Fiber.
Oh, fiber. Yeah, not fiber, not the stuff you eat like cardboard.
It's Fiverr.
Larry's saying he loves Fiverr. Yeah, Fiverr. So the number five spelled out with an extra R. Fiverr.com. Okay, so I've checked out the site a couple times, and the first time I checked it out, we were looking to have videos transcribed. We're taking all of our YouTube videos and all of our clients' YouTube videos and having them transcribed because then somebody turns it into a Word doc, and then you
Interesting.
go back to your YouTube channel, and you can upload the Word doc into the edit mode of your video, which really helps your SEO of that video.
Interesting.
So we were looking at how much does it cost to have a 5-minute video transcribed, and depending on the service you contact, there were some that were pretty pricey. Well, Fiverr, everything you have done on Fiverr is $5. $5. No matter what you have done, it's $5.
Per
So
show?
what's that?
Would that be five per show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for every video you send them, it's $5.
Uh,
So
Is this done automatically?
no, there's a person.
Oh, there is a person.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, and Fiverr is kind of like there's a lot of other sites out there like freelancer.com,
Mm-hmm.
freelancer.com, or so it's these people from all around the world. Most of them are in other countries, and that you say I need this transcribed, and they do not get paid until the job is done. So Fiverr is the broker. You pay, you set up through PayPal, or you can do a credit card. I set up through PayPal, and then I say, okay, I want to have this video transcribed, and I pick the person that I want. I pay through PayPal. My $5 sits in the Fiverr account, and then when this person delivers, they get paid the $5. It
So
it is so
we're
funny.
offshoring our transcription indirectly, aren't we?
Okay, but not even transcription. That's like one task. So that's what I went there for. But as soon as I got to Fiverr, I see a thing that says, I will sing. See, Jeff, I should have had them sing a birthday song because you can have them sing a song and they'll customize the song. Somebody will do that for $5. There's another person that says, I will make a claymation of your logo, a claymation video of your logo for $5. It's funny when you watch it because it literally is a piece of clay,
Yeah, I
and
just
then
had it.
somebody sculpted out letters and laid them on the clay.
That's pretty
Your
cool.
claymation.
I think we should offshore our kids. Have a kid, send them overseas. They come back 10 years, 15 years later, educated. That'd be pretty good.
Oh, see, Larry, I didn't know that. Larry said there's a Fiverr Alerts app. So it's good for a seller to track when they get a request because, yeah, if you can respond quickly, it is, yeah, Barb, you are going to, it's so funny, some of the things. So I thought I would test. Now, I've done the serious stuff of having stuff transcribed, but I thought I'm going to test and try out one of these fun Fiverr app or jobs because I found one that said, I will write your message, whatever message you want, on my motorcycle mirror, and I will write your message on my motorcycle mirror and go on a motorcycle ride and videotape it for $5.
Interesting.
Yeah. So let's just, here it is. I'm going to hold up my thing. It's a silent movie.
This
again,
actually won Best Gina Award.
This did win the best picture.
Best Gina picture. Yep.
Okay, here is my message. Let's see if I can get the glare.
Bring it up a little bit more, a little higher. There you go. I think you're
Okay,
good.
it says, I'm going to get geeky with Gina Schreck.
That's fun.
Okay, here's what's funny. It's written in a pen on a piece of paper and taped to the guy's mirror of his motorcycle.
You know, that's a cool effect, too.
Yeah. And you can pay $10 instead of $5 and have him ride along the beach.
For $25, he'll have your baby. Yes.
Exactly. I'm sure there's somebody there. Is that hilarious?
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay. That's all it is. It's silent. You know, you can put music in it, but I thought I might.
But you know, that makes for some really good, fun B-roll.
Yeah, it will. I'll mix it into something. But it's funny. For $5, 24 hours, he had this back to me.
So how many do you think this guy does?
That's what Kirk was going, okay, so the guy basically gets 20 of them in, sits and writes out on pen 20 of them, rides for 1 minute, changes out the paper.
$100. You know, that's not bad.
He's made some cash.
And it's clever.
It's clever.
Actually, what's really nice about that is that those are clever ways to try to make money. And it is cute.
Yeah, Leva says, professional voiceover, $5. You can have them record a message for you. Again, could you do it or someone else in your family? Sure, probably. But for $5, it's just an interesting thing. Oh, see, Jeff. Oh, see, I love Jeff saying, I got a voucher to do the Sydney Harbor Bridge climb from guys at work. I did do that. I should have charged $5 to hold your sign. Maybe I could have paid for that bridge climb. We did the bridge climb when we were in Sydney. That was really fun. It is so funny, though. What I always tell people when you go to Fiverr, go search for a topic, or you can just look at one of the random topics. There are some serious ones that you can have somebody do editing for you. You can have somebody proofread, I guess that would be the editing. They had lots of marketing things, like they'll just do a logo for you for $5. You know, I always say for $5, it's worth the try. And
that sounds cool. Now, is it mostly overseas or is it everybody?
It's everyone. Next to the name of the person, or the username of the person that's doing it, you'll see a flag. So there were a lot from Croatia. There were a lot on the transcription. But it'll say, we'll transcribe a video in English. So they'll say whether they do English or not. For $5.
Well, you know, it's sort of sad, but actually a lot of the foreigners speak English way better than we do.
Way better, I know.
Really
they probably
sad.
have better grammar than
Yep, that's exactly true.
Than we do. Yeah, so I thought it was really interesting. That's funny. Barbara says, I just saw a professional voiceover of Morgan Freeman. I've got to buy that one. Yes. I mean, it's like some of them you go, I don't know what I'll do with this, but I got to buy it for $5. Again, it's an interesting site if you have some little jobs or you want something clever. Like someone will paint their fingernails with your business name on it. That was one of them I saw. Someone will paint their head. I was a bald guy, and he'll paint his head with your logo on it for $5 and do a picture of it. So they just have some really clever marketing ideas that I thought were definitely worth trying out. It was worth $5. The motorcycle, that's classic. And yet, here's what we were laughing. My husband has a Harley, and I could easily have taken a professionally done thing, put it on his motorcycle,
right?
But it would cost more than $5 to go out and with gas.
Well, nowadays.
Yeah. So you know.
Yeah, but motorcycles give you pretty good mileage.
They do. Well, the Harleys, I don't know. So I thought that was worth sharing, is check out Fiverr.com.
So, Gina, is that your new business? You're going to get on the Harley and put something and just ride around all day long? I'm
going to just start charging people $5.
$5.
I don't know what. Yeah. I need to find what talent do I have that can be $5. I can sing the short birthday song.
Coffee mug. You can take a picture of yourself with a coffee mug with their logo on it. There you go.
Their logo. Yep. Yeah.
Giant coffee mugs.
Yeah, for $5. Everything on that site, $5. It's kind of like $5 foot long at Subway.
$5.
You can't go wrong. So the last thing I have to share is an app that you should not spend money on.
Uh-oh.
If you are a cat lover. So I went to California last weekend to visit my son.
You were here again? Oh, you were up north.
I was up north. We were in San Francisco. My son's out there, and just had a little baby boy, so we had such a great visit. And my sister has a cat. And so we were laughing about the app that you see, and it's called Catch the Mouse. iPad has an app for your cat. So first of all, I'm thinking, okay, seriously, do cats come up and say, I'd like to play with your iPad? Maybe they do. I don't have a cat. So I went and looked up. I said, I've heard there's this app called, something the cat hits the mouse or something on the screen. So I did a search, found it, called Catch the Mouse. It's 99 cents. You might as well take $1 and bring it to your toilet and flush the toilet, because that's where your 99 cents is going. So we buy this app, and these little colored mice start coming across the screen. If the cat touches the mouse, it makes a little squeak noise and starts counting. So if you're going to be gone for a couple hours and you want to entertain your cat, you lay your iPad on the floor.
Yeah, make sure your cat's declawed before you do that.
Hopefully your cat is declawed. And then when you get home, you can see, was my cat entertained by this or not, because it counts how many times.
Oh, God.
I just thought that was the funniest thing. I was like, I can't believe. And here's what's even funnier. I paid 99 cents for it.
But you realize what you're really doing is you're sleep depriving a cat.
Oh, maybe that's true.
Because all they do is sleep. So I mean, you're keeping them active. That's scary.
Well, there are TV channels just designated for cats and dogs. So they have pet TV, I think is what it is. And it's different noises. And I'm thinking, are we projecting as humans? We want to sit on the couch all day and watch TV. So are we projecting that that's what our pets want to do? Or do pets really want to watch TV and play on our iPads? I'm kind of curious. I know there are some
I have to make a comment.
Cats that do that.
Now, I have to make a comment. Now, take a look at Gina. Can you believe she's a grandma?
I'm a grandma.
When I was growing up, grandmas were really kind of not very attractive. So,
well,
things have changed. That's evolution.
That's evolution. That's evolution. That's called denial. Is what that's called, denial. I'm a grandmother 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, this is our 4th, and we will soon have our 5th grandchild. 4 boys and one little girl. I keep saying, please have another girl. They're so much easier to shop for. But that is pretty funny. It's fun. So, yeah, those are my apps. I don't know. What else? What have you got, Rick? What have you got?
Actually, this week I don't have anything. I had some issues getting Skype going and Dropbox going. So next week we'll have some stuff. It was a crazy last week.
It was, yeah. Last week you did have a crazy.
We had a crazy last week. But anyway, so I guess we are. Guess what?
I know. Look at that.
We're on time. 32 minutes.
I'm kind of on time.
This is pretty good.
So everyone, get out there and do something for $5, and let's have a creative comparison.
Actually, I'm gonna go check that out. That looks like a lot of fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
There's some great ideas out there.
Oh, we need to come up with businesses like this.
Yeah, for $5.
$5. $5.
That's not going to pay for that Nexus.
Look, I was trying to do my speech, but you guys are playing the music. That must mean I have to shut up.
It's almost time. Thank you. Thanks so much.
I'd like to thank my mother. I'd like to thank my father.
I'd like to thank my mother for this. Well, guys, thank you so much for being there in the chat room, and we will see you all next week. I think this was show 48. We are 2 shows from 50.
Pushing the big 5-0.
Yeah, we're really getting close. I think we're going to do something special for the 5-0, but we're not going to let you know what it is until we do it.
Ooh,
maybe.
Mystery. That's probably because we don't know yet.
Oh, I know.
Oh, do you?
Oh, I know. Huh? I know things you don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know a lot, so that would be easy.
Whatever you do, when you look to the east, be careful.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
it just sounded good. It's that Oscar moment. Look to the east and be careful.
That's the Oscar moment right there.
All right, guys. Everyone, have a great one. We'll see you all next week on SchreckTeck. Bye, Gina.
Bye.
Okay.
Special. I'm